Officers pulled over a white woman for speeding violation, but they decided to arrest her black boyfriend instead. A video posted about 3 days ago went viral over the weekend, which showed Maryland police pulling over a couple. They pulled them over for going 45 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour speed limit. The police then proceeded to ask for Antoine Wellington's ID. The black man was in the passenger seat. He didn't give them the ID because he questioned it was lawful for the police to request ID from the passenger, when in fact they pulled over his girlfriend for a speeding violation. Then, two cops began to forcibly remove Antoine from the car. Antoine, please! They're not trying to let me go to the car myself, bro. I'm on the phone, obviously. You see this officer investigation, I said take my time and get on my car? No. My cousin got more than 6 in a history. Antoine's girlfriend, Heather Janney, continues to record the confrontation from the driver's seat. One of the cops says that Antoine has a warrant for his arrest. It's unclear how they would know if Antoine never even gave him the ID. Eventually, the police get Antoine out of the car and arrest him. Antoine did mention before that his child was in the car, and the baby seat can actually be seen in the back seat, but it's unclear if the child was actually present during the whole ordeal. Dad, get out the car and record it! Get out the car! I am! Get out of the car and record it! I can see you! The video didn't stop there, but Heather posted an update about her boyfriend's status. Heather said he's okay, but still in jail. They charged him with resisting arrest. They assumed his name and that he had a warrant. Multiple news outlets reported more details about his case. TMZ confirms that Maryland police did arrest Antoine for resisting arrest. One user said, why would they be so forceful over a traffic ticket? Someone else said, this over a traffic ticket wasn't even his. I just got over when my friends were speeding and didn't ask me for anything. White privilege is real. Another person tried to say, 45 to 30, and they're dragging out the passenger, who was identified even though he didn't give them his identification.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. We're back with another video. So before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekahat Kwadash, to the elder apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone, who I learn from daily. Love to get double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to those who are of the elect. Shalom. We're here with a video I'm gonna call Just Comply, Jake. You know, as you seen in the video, Jake and his Edomite girlfriend riding around. She driving over the speed limit, got pulled over. They give her a ticket, come around, ask Jake for his ID. Jake didn't want to give it. I mean, by law, he don't really have to. I mean, she was the one driving and got the ticket. There was no reason to really come ask him, but at times, Jake got to be smarter. We know they are not going to listen to anything you say when it comes to the law and anything dealing with a so-called Black, Latino, or Native American. Any chance they can to get off on us, they gonna do it. So sometimes it's just best to comply. I mean, there's no point in fighting. There's no point in, well, I know the law. You got to remember, you was a slave here. You was under these people's boot. They don't think of you as a person. They never did. You was always thought as a object, basically like a phone or a hammer or a bat, something like that. They never really gave 2 cares about you, Jake. So when you're in a situation like this, just comply and give them your ID. You really don't have no rights here. That's a lie in the beginning. To begin with, Salakia. And as you can see, all he had to do was comply. And this just would have stopped. We don't have the rights like the Edomite got to talk back to him and tell him, I want to give you your ID and all this other stuff. We don't have that. We're their slave. Well, we was their slave. So you know they don't think too highly of us. So before I pull the scripture, I want to go into the etymology of that word comply. I go here. Go to word history. Word history etymology earlier. To accommodate oneself to, go along with, to meet the expectation of, satisfy obligation or courtesy. Borrowed from Spanish cumplir in the sense from the earlier transitive sense, carry out, execute, fulfill, going back with conjunction, change, to Latin cumplir, to fill. So really, just comply and carry out their orders. Just give them the ID, Jake. It don't have to be a fight. You don't have to sit there and argue with them about the law or what you can and can't do. Like I said, you once they slaves here. You really think them people care? They don't. That's why you seeing them roughing Jake up. I mean, all you had to do was just say, "Yes, sir. Here's my ID." Let them take it, cause as you seen, they never even ran his name, and they pulled him out the custody. They got him under suspicion for of a crime. They never ran his name because he never gave it to him, but they didn't care. And all he had to do was just comply, to conform, to submit, or adapt. He just could have submitted. Just submit to him and give it to him. Just agree with him. The scriptures even tell you that. We're going to go to Matthew 5:25. Agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee up to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Yeah, all he had to do was agree with him. And guess what? He probably wouldn't be in jail right now. And look, there's nobody who hate them Edomite as much as I do. But we are here, we are in this land as former slaves. We know these people hate us, and we know any chance they get, they're gonna try to do something to us. So just agree with them quickly. It wouldn't have took nothing for you to just get a man your ID and go on so y'all can go on about y'all day. But no, you wanna be hard headed and I don't have to give it to him and I'm better than being hard headed, being stiff necked. It's not that serious, Jake. Just comply. Comply. Give him your ID, and maybe y'all could have just left off that. Like I said, we're still slaves here. We're still in the captivity. They still have power over us. You were never free. That emancipation didn't free you. They just moved the ownership of you from private owner to the government. So you talking about you got rights? We don't have rights. You still a slave. You still in captivity. And they tell you that in Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment, according to all the iniquities of our father, which departed from Yahweh our power. So we're still captive here. That's why they can do anything to us. And most time they're getting away with a slap on the wrist. But now that we're close to the end, I mean, the Lord has started putting the cursing on them, and they starting to get in trouble for a lot of the things they do. But don't be a fool when you can just walk away from a situation. Just give me your ID. You got ID? Yes, sir. Here you go. Just go on about your day. But Jake gotta be tough. Look how tough I am. I whoop him and I don't have to give you nothing And just poking your chest out for nothing. When that situation could have led to you having a bullet in your head or your child being shot. You got to think responsible, Jake. You got your child in the car, like you said. Why not just give him an ID? Why would you want to bring that energy towards you? Especially knowing that these people hate us. And it is not a simple hatred of, I just dislike this person. No. It's an ancient hatred from their progenitor Esau. He hated Jacob because Jacob got the blessings he got. And that trickled on down throughout the generation of his kids. I'm going to go to Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And every time they pull us over, they look for Jake to act up just so they can slay him. This is where this hatred started from. From when Esau got mad that Jacob got the blessing that he thought was his. They were never his. But he figured them should have been my blessing when he actually sold the birthright of the first son to Jacob. He would never say that. But he got mad that Jacob, who later on that blessing went on down to his children, the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American. So guess what? They hate you. They hate you with a passion, Jake. And it's not going to stop. This hatred has been going on since the book of Genesis. It's a perpetual hatred that just never stops. They always going to hate you. They always going to find a reason to put hands on you or to shoot you or do some kind of wicked thing against you. Because it's hatred. A long, deep-seated hatred, as you can see. We're going to go here. Amos 1 and 11. Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Why won't the Lord turn away from the punishment? What did they do? Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. See? And when the Lord talk about Edom, he talk about Edom as a whole. He deal with nations of people. So he ain't talking about just the original Esau, but all his descendants as well. So they got to get this punishment that the Lord is preparing for. But before then, they're continuing to pursue us with the sword, and they cast off all pity. Like I said, they didn't really have to do that to the Jake, but they have no pity. They wanted to do it. They knew he was going to act a fool, just so they can do that kind of stuff. Because even when you don't, they'll still do that kind of stuff to Jake. Why? Because they have a perpetual hatred, a perpetual anger. And every time they see us, that old hatred that their progenitor Esau had runs through their blood so thick, they go to boiling, they got to get their hands on you. As you can see, one of them then wrapped his arm around his waist like he wrestling and got him by the waist trying to pull him out the car. Trust me, if they believe they could have killed that Jake right then and there, they would have. So just comply, Jake. Here's my ID, sir. Most times, don't even ask them a question. Don't even antagonize them. Because they wait for that too. That's why they don't tell Jake what they arresting him for. They just say, oh, you being detained on suspicion. They'll say, okay, yes, sir. That way, even if you go to jail, they can go ahead and get you out. And if you want to press charges on them for improper conduct or something, you can. Because every chance this man get, he's gonna take revenge for that blessing that his forefather never got. It tells you that in Ezekiel 25:12. Thus said Yahweh power, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance. Now, more than likely, the guy in the car was a Judite. By the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. And Esau, every chance he get, as you can see, he gonna try to put hands on us. So just comply and just give them what they want. That way you can go, you can take your daughter, take your girl, and y'all can go home safe. Or you wouldn't have that band-aid on the side of your head where they were putting their foots up your butt. It's not that serious. Just comply and give them the ID, Jake, next time. It's not that hard of a situation. Because these people have been set up by Yahweh Bashim and Hawashai himself. He gave them this power. Job 9:24, the world is given to the hand of the wicked. And that sentence didn't only mean the entire world, it also meant the children of Israel as a whole. We were giving it to them as a punishment for our disobedience, for our sin, for the wickedness that we committed against Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. So guess what? Everything was given over to this man. That's why for so long, he been able to kill, maim, destroy us, do all those things. But that's why in the last precept it said, the Lord is not going to turn away the punishment. Because after everything was supposed to been over with, they continue to come after us. So in the end, just obey the law, man. They the law of the land. They the one the Lord put up. The Lord ordained them to be in this position and to be over us like they are right now. And we're going to close out here on Romans 13, 1 and 2. Let every soul be subject unto a higher power. For there is no power but of Yahweh, that the power that be are ordained of Yahweh. See? Scriptures that told you. The power they got is ordained of Yahweh Bashim and Hawashai. He put them up. He set up the basis of men. That's why they're over us. So just obey. Because if you don't, it's trouble. Not just from them, but from Yahweh Bashim and Hawashai himself. It tells you that right here in 2. Whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of Yahweh, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. So if you don't want to be destroyed, they ask for an ID, just give it to them. They're gonna say, "Oh, okay, we place you on the not arrest, what they call it. We detaining you. That's what I meant. We detaining you on the suspicion. Just let them do it. Because next time Yahweh Bashim Hawashai might not take mercy upon you, and he'll have those wicked men kill you. Matter of fact, it didn't even tell you this in this one. Let's go a little further down. Because if you resist the ordinance, you're doing evil against the Lord. Matter of fact, mine was start at 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to do evil, would thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. So if you do that, if you do evil, you should be afraid of the power of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, because he'll set this man against you. Verse 4. For he is the minister of Yahweh to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, what's evil? By not subjecting yourself to the power that Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai has ordained. By resisting the power, the law of the land, to thinking you better when the officer come at you, not agreeing quickly with them, you doing evil against the Lord. Be afraid. That's what the Lord says. So if you're doing evil like that, it's best to be afraid. Why? For he bears not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of Yahweh, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. So, like I said, next time, you might be destroyed by Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai. Because he set these wicked men up. He gave them power. So you have to be subject to that power long as it's within long as it doesn't go against the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai. But you got to be subject to this man, because we still here in captivity. We're still under them, and they're still in rulership till Yahweh Shai come and save us. So next time, Jake, just comply. Simple as that. Just comply and go home. So I hope this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rukahak Wadash. Shalom. To the next video.